Okay, when pride comes, then comes shame, but with the humble is wisdom. Proverbs 11:2.
Hello, yes, we are back with another video, and this video is about, another installment of the So Chanel Chronicles. But before we get into it, please make sure you thumbs up the video, subscribe, and cut on those notifications, and leave a comment. All right, so it seems like Miss Thang is back and back for good. Yeah, she's been doing a lot of videos, y'all. So make sure you guys cut your notifications on so you will be notified when we do our commentary. All right. And check out our TikTok as well. We have some things up on TikTok that I don't feel like putting commentary on. But if you like that, go ahead and subscribe.
Got to make it worth my while to make myself uncomfortable. But that is the exact thing that God is asking me to do, to be uncomfortable.
Honey, being uncomfortable comes with the territory. You know what I mean? That's just life. And one thing that I'm noticing that Miss Thang is doing, she's making a lot of videos. She's going hard. But she's saying the same thing. I mean, it's like a broken record. Literally, this woman talks about the same thing over and over and over again. Okay? It's all about misery. It's all about this. It's all about that. She wants to make money with her stories that she's been telling since 2017. She's uncomfortable because of the choices she's making. She's uncomfortable because of the deeds that she's doing. And she's uncomfortable because we're doing commentary on this page. But instead of learning, she wants to just continuously doing the same, she wants to continually do the same thing. That's kind of insanity, isn't it? Doing the same thing, expecting different results.
This year. That's crazy. That's crazy. She died at 65. And she would have been 75 this year. My mom would have been, she just never did it. She always had that on corpses, but make sure her corpse has jet black hair and it's fire. It's up. Make sure she got red lipstick, period. Her nails need to be red. Everything red, black, high yellow, straighten her out. Like, don't have none of that on her face. She don't wear a bunch of makeup, don't make that thick. I showed him picture after picture. It have to be like this. It's no way other than this. I'm gonna come on and check her out. And if it's not like this, I'm gonna lose it. I didn't tell him that part because I had that part internally. I was like, in my mind, I told T, if it don't look like that, I'm if I come up here and she's not smooth like a doll, like I'm gonna lose it.
Well, what the Bible says is this. It says, what's on earth is also in heaven. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, she's talking about her mother being funeralized. See, the thing about it is, I'm going to talk about this as nicely as possible. I see that there's a pattern. She's very meticulous. And then she's meticulous in this stage. And the way she's explaining it obviously there's still some emotion there and she has not healed. Just to let her know her mother wasn't there. I went through that myself. They say, hey, do this, do that. I don't want to look like this. But you got to be nice. But mother wasn't there. You know what I mean? And as far as the makeup is concerned, they had to put on makeup to bring kind of life a little bit. So I hope that worked out for her.
When I came in there and I looked at her before a visitation, her hair was jet black. It was soft. It looked like it was flowing. It looked like it was flowing on the pillow. Her makeup was spectacular. He had put the brown liner on there just like she liked. I didn't like it, but she do. So she yet and still up the street, buried in tune with that brown line, that jet black hair. Bones probably look like a 10. And I was like, listen, she got the filthiest mouth in town, but her hair got to be black. She got to look like a queen in this box, okay?
So I'm noticing another thing. She talks about her mother, but not in a good light. I've been noticing that. And she said that her mother had a raunchy mouth, if you will. But here, she's speaking in a raunchy way. It's like you were supposed to emulate or imitate the positive of our parents, not the negative. But let's just keep it real. At the end of the day, if you choose to continuously do wrong things, even if your parents did it, but you know it's wrong, it's on you. We're not going to blame mama for your mouth. We're not going to blame mama for your choices. We're not going to blame mama for none of that. Let mama rest. It's all about you. It's all about what you do. And I'm talking about anybody who's listening to this. We can't blame our parents for our mistakes. We know the difference between right and wrong. You must live that way. But that's just how I feel. Okay, and I'm kind of tired of
I was like, I went there and looked at her, and I was like, there you go. There you go. Because before I saw her, right before that, she was ice cold. And I laid there, and I hugged her, and I held her, and she was on a slab. And she was gray, and she was dead, and she was ice cold, and she was a grayish blue, and her hair was not like it needed to be. And I had to see her so that I could tell him exactly what she didn't need to look like.
Oh, I hate to hear stuff like this because I'm going to tell you, her mother wasn't there. Now, I'm going to ask this, and I'm not being, funny or anything, but where was she when her mother was here? What was the relationship? It just sounds like the relationship was not the best in life, so you're trying to get all of this when death comes. It's too late. You hugging the remains. You should have hugged your mother when she's here. And I'm not just talking to her. I'm telling anybody. Love your family when they here. It's pointless after they gone. That's more for you to get sympathy. That has nothing to do with them because they going on with the Lord. See, this reminds me of the time when Mary Magdalene and what's it, Mary Magdalene? Mary and somebody, Martha. Okay. And they went to, put herbs on Jesus, and the angel came and said, Jesus not here.
And that was the hardest day. Why am I fucking talking about it? That was the hardest day of my life, going in there and having him pull my mama out the freezer and let me hold her. The hardest thing I ever experienced, and I had to, because up until he brought her out of there, I was tapped out. I did not know how to move forward in burying her. Me and my brothers was fighting. I just didn't know how to move forward, and I needed to see her so I could see what the goal was. The goal was she can't be like that. We might be falling apart, but we got to bury her, and it can't be like this. And he need pictures, and he need guidance, and they do a great job, but this lady here, she need better than a great job. This item, and she got to be straightened out. Because one time she told me, all y'all care about is and I gotta make sure that this fool look like a 10 when I bury her. And I lay with my mama in a room. She was ice cold. She was ice cold.
This is another thing that I don't like about this story time of what she's saying. She keeps saying her mother was ice cold. But you just said that they pulled her out the freezer, and yes, your mom was deceased. Of course she's ice cold. Why does she keep saying that? It's like she's writing a book, like she want to draw you in like you were there with her. She is not the only person in the world who has ever lost their mother. She's not the first, she's not the last. Why is she doing this? It's ridiculous. And mind you guys, she sells clothes. Okay? Be careful who you buy from, y'all. Y'all got to be careful because I wouldn't buy no clothes off this video. I would be creeped out to even try to buy some clothes off of this video. Does she even know what she's doing? I know she got those dresses and things like that, but this is not it.
To touch. She was firm, and it wasn't her. It was just her shell. It was where her soul used to be. So I could feel her in that room with me, watching me be with her, and giving me all the information that I need to make sure my hair is fixed, make sure my makeup. I know you don't like my brown liner, but I gotta have it. I'm shit like I want to make sure I got my blush on. Get the outfit that I want. Bury me in the outfit, but not the one you think. And I went and I found the one I wanted to bury in, and I was like, this the one she don't want to be buried in. And I had to go back and I had to get something else. And I'm like, yo. I can't believe this lady is bossing me around in a room while she cold.
That's it. I ain't gonna look. I'm gonna say, sis is from Psycho. Remember Psycho, the movie? His name was Norman Bates, and Norman Bates went around and he heard his mama's voice and all that, and that was a Hitchcock Is it hitchhike? Hitchcock? I don't know. Y'all say it in the darn comments. But basically, that was mental illness back then, but they was just trying to, be nice. Anywho, this is kind of Norma Bates action here, talking about her mother was telling her what to wear, what to put on, and how to have her makeup and all that. Honey, your mom was with the Lord. This was all going on in her mind. This is voices in her head. I even been on some things where she was saying a bird came to her window and it was her mother. She's going through it. People, you gotta talk to somebody. You gotta get some healing, because this is coming off to be an unhealthy.
And I'm telling you, in this moment, I know I'm thinking about that, because what I felt in that moment, I never want to feel with my kids. I never want my kids to feel. And that is why I'm so grateful to God that my husband reminded me today how important it is to give other people grace. Because I was prepared to have my fight with my daughter today for nothing.
See right here? See, y'all get caught up in the southern twang, and I can't talk because I got a little southern twang myself. But y'all get caught up in all the southern twang and all that, but y'all don't listen to what this lady just said. She said she was going to fight with her daughter because her daughter came home today, and she said she was going to fight her for nothing, meaning she was going to pick a fight with her. This lady doesn't know how to be peaceful. You couldn't pay her to be peaceful, because peace does not reside in her vessel. It is what it is. She hears my videos and things like that because it's getting around. She's getting a little off. Y'all check the TikTok, y'all. I put the little clip up there. Yeah, we get it, but we going to do God's work here because we really want sis to get delivered. That's why I'm doing this. I want her to get delivered, not just for her, but for the sake of those children, because those children, those young adults, they don't know about life. And the worst thing on earth is to have a mother who taunts them, and that's what she does.
I was prepared to fight with my daughter today because she wanted to be who she is. I already had that fight as the daughter. I won't have it as the mother too. I won't have it as the mother too. So I don't know. I don't know why I just went to that moment with my mama, but it definitely did not make me sad like it generally does. It definitely made me feel a whole lot stronger today. I have spent so many years since she drew her last breath trying to, I guess, in effect, break the cycle of mother-daughter relationships that existed in my family.
Let me begin this segment with this, because the Spirit keeps telling me. Honor your mother and your father, so your days on earth shall be longer. But it's another part of this verse that we very rarely get to hear. And parents, don't provoke your children. Okay? So she just said that she wanted to break cycles. But we heard another video where she said that the blood of her mother and father runs through her, her veins. That's why she cheated on her first husband and broke up her family. We heard her just now just say that she wanted to fight her daughter. One thing you cannot do is break cycles with the negativity that the cycle is about. You can't do that. She's actually perpetuating it and keeping it going. She's already has that ball has been cast already. That die has been cast. Her daughter's already traumatic or traumatized. So yeah, she's not breaking any cycles.
And everything I did to avoid it generated it somehow. So what's happening is, like, I'm realizing I don't have to try to break the cycle. I'm just having to try to create a new one. And it is, ooh. It is crazy because I'm. It is crazy because I'm.
It is crazy because I'm
doing it with somebody that, just like in the marriage, trying to make the marriage be better or be more fruitful for the season, right? I can't do that by myself. I have to have compromises, partnership, communication, agreements. I have to have so many things with my husband. So here I am trying to develop a marriage that I think what marriage is supposed to be based on what I know my mother-in-law and my father-in-law had and we needed. So thing is, I never saw my mother-in-law and father-in-law behind closed doors. I saw them when I saw them. I never got a guidebook from them. So now I have this marriage that I just have to partner with a person to make it the best experience that it can be, understanding that it's going to have challenges, it's going to have triumphs, it's going to have tribulations, it's going to have hurdles, it's going to have low points, it's going to have high points. The high point is going to be the low point of the next start out in the season. Sometimes we'll have to cut some things back, and sometimes the marriage is a crepe myrtle. It need whole pieces chopped off so that new pieces can grow. And it's that with my children, with my husband, even with myself. Here I was trying to break a cycle by avoiding all the shit I knew about the cycle, totally totally oblivious to the fact that I just know the shit I don't know. I can avoid the shit I do know, but I don't know what to put in the spot of that shit because all the other stuff I don't know. I'm trying to break this mother-daughter curse. My mama cussed her mama out. I cussed my mama out. My grandmama before me probably cussed her mama out. And it was just a vicious cycle of just raising dominant, aggressive, hurt women. And I'm trying to avoid it by not doing what they did, but not knowing what to do in its place. So trying to break the cycle is in effect trying to create some new cycle, and they don't tell you that. Well, they probably do, and I just hadn't heard it, or I was selective hearing, but all I hear about is breaking the generational curses and breaking the cycles. I don't hear about the creating of the new thing. So I am over here like, when she hopped out the car, I wanted to strangle her. And all I could think about was the times that I came to my mama house, because I always checked in. Period. That was messy. All I could think about was the times I done hopped out of my mama car and been dreading going in there because I know she was going to have some shit to say. And I know it was going to be a shitty visit. And low-key, all I wanted to do was see her. I could not stand this lady. I couldn't stand this lady, but I adored her. I couldn't stand to hear my mama talk, but I adored her. Being in her presence, I learned something every time she spoke. It just was chaos. It just was toxic, right? So I thought, ooh, when I ended that live, I thought, wow, I'm inside on this side of the blinds, on this side of the window, watching her get out, having the feeling my child is, she just wanted to have fun. She just wanted to have fun. She didn't even know how that made me feel. So I'm going to just let her know, hey, seemed like you was half raised because I was half raised, and I've been raising you with the half raising that I got, but we going to fix this thing. We're going to straighten it out. Next time you come in my city, you check in. You so pretty. I love my children like a fat kid love cake, candy, and ice cream.
Now, that's not nice. Now, we've seen her friends, and her friends are plus-size women. And she has a lot of plus-size women, including myself, who watches her. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, that's an old saying that should be canceled. Now, she knows she's not supposed... First of all, she don't love them kids. Let's just keep it real. Because if she loved them, she would have fed them, and they wouldn't want to leave so early. How does undone children want to leave? Because it's a whole bunch of chaos in that house. And when I mean undone children, I mean children who are not ready to be out there. You got a son that's in Job Corps, so she says. She got another daughter who just doesn't want to be there. And her youngest daughter, poor thing, I don't even know what to do about that.
Do you hear me? I love my kids. They get on my nerves, and I brace myself for them to get on my nerves. And I tell y'all, the minute they came in there and started getting on my nerves, it felt like all times. It felt like old times. In a new way.
What? Old times in a new way? Oh my goodness. You know, one thing this lady can do is double talk, literally and figuratively. Always so much confusion, and you know who reside in confusion. Oh yeah, you know. The devil.
And I promise you, last night, my husband held me because I expressed to him the importance. I expressed to him that I am not the strong person that you think. I'm just having to be strong because the other options are so up. But I don't have the strength that you think I have. And sometimes I wonder if it's even real. I just know what option B is, right? So I guess it's time for me to tell you. Sometimes I need a hug, and sometimes I need to be held, and sometimes I do not. And my husband held me, and it's the only thing that put me to sleep because all I could think was, I sure hope I'm not being angry with my child and something happens.
Pack up your bags, everyone, because we going on a guilt trip. See, this is what the devil does. Always speaking death and animosity over things. You're the mother. She's the mother. She has control over this whole situation. She could just change herself. And usually things will follow. Her daughter, her oldest daughter, is still in the cusp. She's not completely grown. She's not out there. She doesn't have her own family. You can make it better. But if you keep not changing and going live and trying your best to make this girl feel bad, it just shows your true intent. And it's not just for her. This is for anybody who watches. This is keep it real.
So I had to be vulnerable last night and I had to be graceful this morning. And I'm telling you, I'm sleepy.
Honey, I tell you, if the spirit of the Joker ain't all up and through this video, I don't know what it is, honey. If she laughs like that one more time. Anyway, yeah, of course she's sleepy. Because guess what? Only God gives us peace to sleep. Okay? The devil's the author of confusion, honey. You ain't gonna sleep. That's why she got those shades on. Yeah. All right? Devil don't let you sleep. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna be so tired. See, when you don't sleep, you're easily provoked. You're easily possessed. You're weak.
I'm tired. It says they take a lot out you trying to do the right thing and trying to figure out the right thing and then to do it. It's crazy.
Y'all stop doing those recreational activities. They don't do nothing but ruin it for you. Okay? It ain't helping nothing. It just make things worse.
But anyways, I'm finna go in here and change my shirt because